Alrighty, people. It's a lot better. See the difference in the day versus night. Um, this one's done. It's kind of chilly in here. Following that middle one with just a little bit added effects from the bottom one. So what I'm getting ready to do at this moment is, you see that line, that break below the lateral line? I'm going to add some effects to that. Looking for my color, new color I made. It's a white mixed with the green. Black nose minnow is what it was called. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of this new color that I made. It's white mixed with a little bit of green. It's the effect of the top scales. I'm going to bring it down just below that's really high. Okay. Alrighty. So if you guys missed it, what I'm getting ready to do is that darkness that's in the lateral line below it, I'm gonna lighten it up just a little on both sides by bringing the scale pattern down below it. And this bass is based off of this picture. If you are new, it's the center one. It's not like a true green like that bottom one. I've already did the bottom one tutorial on that one. It is done. Up close you can see the scale patterns, but we're done with that one, so we're working on the next one. Okay. Appreciate you for stopping in. Alright, so what I just did is I lightened up this side so that the lateral line itself will stand out more. If you notice on this side, the lateral line is kind of like really hidden behind that dark undertone. So I'm just killing that dark undertone. Yeah, if you go on the website, mustbethebait.com, they will be on there. Alrighty, I broke up that darkness with the scales falling down below. Looks a lot better, and that color matches. So the next step that I want to do is the lateral line that's in the face. In this case, you can only technically kind of see two. That one there behind the eye that runs from the gill plate to the body, and then there's one really faint one there. I don't think I'm going to do a third because you really can't see it. So I guess the bigger the fish, the less lateral line effect they have in their face. That one at the bottom is really small. How y'all? How y'all? How y'all? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I did not find. Let me look for it real quick because I know it's in this pile right here. I have a small lateral line. I think it's right there. Nope, that's the crappie. I don't want to fake it because it's has to be symmetrical per se. So I just need to find this little stencil, and it's usually just right in front of my face and I don't see it. Split second. I may have to freestyle this on its face real quick, but before I do that, I'm gonna take these off of here and just lift up this base and see if it's under here. It sure is, and how the heck did it get back there? All right. Okay, all right, we got it. Probably from the air heat setting and pushing it underneath the base or ventilation system. All right, so this is what I was looking for. This little guy. No, this one will actually be a largemouth, but in what I call like a taxidermy color. If you look at the top two, they aren't green. The bottom one's green. I guess I'm guessing. I'm just taking a wild guess. I guess the bigger they get, the less green they look and the more bronze-like they look. So I've already did the bottom one, which was the green. Now I'm gonna do the bronze looking one. So that's what we're working on now. So I was just looking for this bad boy to create that lateral line. So, and I want to do it soft too. So, what is this spraying out that's in there? All right, gonna get some black, and to make it soft, there's two methods. You can spray it really fast, just like a swipe, and whatever it hits, and it won't be too dark. Or you could take a Q-tip after you spray it and just dab right there on top of it and pull off all of the wetness from the black itself. So if you look at this one, it is really like standing out, super dark. And then in this case, this one here, it looks dark, but it is really soft on the actual lure itself. Appreciate it. All right, so here we are. Another thing that I do is I like to keep the scale pattern going. Instead of just a solid black, to give it more of a realistic look. Because I kind of semi-clear coated it and I didn't like how that lateral line looked, I wiped it off with my finger, and that was actually something I didn't realize I could do. All right, so that's a soft lateral line in the face. Kind of want to make it a little bit wider. Appreciate it, appreciate it. If you are new, you can hit the subscribe button. I'll be going live a lot because I'm just kind of giving away techniques that I do when I airbrush fishing lures. All right, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. Appreciate the money, sir. So there is the lateral line from the face onto the gill plate. Appreciate the subscribe as well. Now we're going to do the other side. What I was talking about just a few seconds ago is I have some RC clear coat for 10 scale cars, and whenever I'm like done with an area and I don't want to scratch or anything, I'll spray some of that stuff on it if it decides. There we go, out of the screen. Just some, it's called Ultimate Clear Coat. It's technically for like the chrome to create a mirror finish, but I use it to avoid scratches, and in this case now to edit the actual paint once it's on the lure. Once you clear coat it with that, you kind of can wipe it off if you rub it hard enough, because it's just really scratch proof. It's not waterproof. But I use it whenever I'm getting ready to transfer a lure or take it to my other shop to do the final touches to it and dip it. All right. I'm just adding a lateral line. Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen to read the comments, kind of concentrating just to make sure that these are straight on. All right. These are faceplate lateral lines for now. going to add that reverse dot look in a second, but what I want to do now, even though it's not in the picture and I feel like it should be added just so it doesn't look bland, I'm going to add the detail in the top of the actual bass. Even though it's not there, I feel like this would make the lure look a little better. So, same technique as before. Stencil over top, my metal mesh to the body, and we put some more black in that actual cap. Trying to get away from me. Yeah, man, it's just from doing it over time. Now, if I feel like it's going bad, I would just end the live if it's not going in my favor. I haven't had to do that yet, but I could see it coming. All right. Then I'm going to add a little bit of those dots underneath just to give it a some more detail. But before I do that, the dots that I'm talking about are in the middle. Those little fine dots right in there. Not the big ones, the small fine ones. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. I do this at least, oddly right now, 2 times a day. Sometimes in the morning and sometimes in the evening. It's random, so I won't put like a day on it. I could show up on a Monday and do it, show up on a Tuesday, show up on a Thursday, Wednesday, sometimes Fridays. It will not happen on Saturdays or Sundays. Alright, so I'm just covering up the other part of the stencil so it doesn't get caught. Is anyone going to watch that Jake Paul fight tonight? I think I'm going to skip it. I think I'm going to stay on here and just go live during that. Kind of gave me a sour taste from the fake Tyson fight, so I'm not hard pressed to see it. But I see it being posted everywhere. You know what I should have did? Is I should have did the other side first. Oh well. Alright. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What I'm doing now is just touching those actual dots so that they're not on there extremely hard. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Created the soft spots, or I guess the dirt spots and marks underneath the actual lateral line. Give it a little more detail. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll do it on this side as well, just so that since I already got the stencil already put together, and I am literally touching it on purpose. I'll show you what it looks like real fast. I'll try to do it so that it doesn't dry. It's really bold when it's not dry. So that dot right there, see how bold it is? If I can catch it before it dries, I can lighten it up. I don't know if the phone can pick it up, but it did lighten up. I took some of the actual paint off of it. So this was actually recommended to you. Um, yeah, man, I'll post them on the website. It must be debate.com. How did that work? Were you just scrolling and I popped up, or I don't know how did recommendation work? All right, I'm gonna take this art tape off of here. Save that. Actually, I don't need the middle line. I just need top. All right. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Split second. All righty. I was told that I need to do that more often, even though I don't really care to do it. But if it shows up that YouTube's blocking it, I need to get it out of there completely, because this is kind of family base, even though it says it's not made for kids. If you watch any of my videos, there's no cursing or anything like that. Not from me, but if I'm with another subscriber or another channel and they're cursing, I'll kind of give the heads up that they are cursing, so that the parents that's letting their kids watch can turn that off. All right, we're gonna do the top. So another trick to get a softer look and not so hard of a look, don't put the actual stencil directly to the body. You could I'm using the finger to kind of stop it from hitting the actual body. The stencil will still show up, just not nearly as hard. That has been confirmed. That was the big argument about TikTok and how the United States TikTok versus like other places TikToks are showing more I guess informative stuff versus the mindless stuff that we see. All right. I am airbrushing and making a largemouth bass pattern with true taxidermy style colors on this one versus this one being more of the common color that everyone sees. So I just wanted to try it out. This is the second attempt. Well, first for taxidermy, but second largemouth. So that's what I'm doing. So now that we have the black how I like it, we are gonna do a little bit of definition in the face. You can't really see it too well, but it's spotty, which it's technically fins, scales, like micro scales. I don't know if anybody's ever cleaned a bass. I haven't cleaned a bass in probably over 12 years, but in this plated area, it is fine micro scales, and that's the reason why it looks like a bunch of dots in the gills, especially down here at the bottom. It's really visible. What I'm going to do now is just give the face some more detail, how I did with this one. I do. It must be debate.com. So those little fine dots are supposed to replicate scales in the face. Alright, so we're going to do that with the color that I made. It is a off bronze white that I actually used in the body, and that's the reason why the lure looks the way it looks. I'm going to use this. I'm going to lay it down. Oh my goodness. This thing just doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. I'm going to lay it down. And just spray right over top of everything that's there. I kind of want to do a double effect, so I'm just going to spray the light at the top and then the dark at the bottom. What I'm doing now is I'm just touching it and taking the extra off and softening it up so it doesn't come out so super bold. But that's what it looks like as of right now. It looks like a lot of specks, but once it's done correctly, we'll see how it turns out. And I'm going to take the next color, which is this. It is the darkest I have used so far on the lure. So, well, actually the black's the darkest, but the actual the top of the lure itself is that Alright, so up close, those little fine dots in the face are to mimic the scales, or I guess you could call it like the detail. Oh my goodness, man. What kind of rod? Spinning? Push button? Here's a better example of it complete. In this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm putting the dots first before doing the darkness over the top. Mainly because I want it to fade out. Unlike on this one, you can kind of see it very faint because it's not nearly as bold, but it's on there at the top above the eye. If you could see it, and if the phone would focus, there it goes. All right. We're going to go back to the lighter color, do it above the eye and above the lateral line on the gill plate. Appreciate it, appreciate it. I am good, good sir. How are you? I just want to. Okay. I am touching it on purpose to kill it from being so bold. It's really like standoffish right now. And another step to kill that boldness, I'm going to go with the darker color. You have a sight for your oh, okay, I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on in the comment section. I'm missing some of the messages. Alright, so I'm going to spray the whole face with this to kill some of that. All right. There we have it. I am gonna heat set this. They are different prices. You could check the site, it must be debate.com, just to get an idea. These aren't on there yet. In fact, anything that I've done live so far isn't on the site. From the koi fish to the crappie, the bluegills. The bluegills are on there, some of them. No, 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 no. And I'm laughing because I've watched Rampage live, and those guys are like out of control on there. And he reads the comments, and it's like they get a kick out of it. I won't be doing that here. I haven't tried it, and the plug you need, I would have to get like some salt water, split rings and hooks and stuff like that. All right, so the next step is over the top. It is fairly dark, but it is not black. So what I'm going to use is the color I made. It's called a black nose minnow. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Yeah, this is for largemouth. Pike, muskie, things of that nature, stripers. I think I'm done with this. The taxidermy guy, do you have like a different prices, man? The taxidermy guy who did the steelhead for his son, do you have a site or anything, or like a Instagram where I can check it out? What I'm doing now is just adding some of that white near the bottom of the faceplate to give it a little bit more of a realistic look. They start at $8, and the highest I have on a site that would help is 35. I need to mark down the price of those top water poppers that I made. They work so well for me that I feel like I'm gonna lower the price so people will buy them, because they had 15 just because of how tedious they were to make. And then they don't stay on the surface with the feather hook in the back. It kind of dies after the fish hits it. It's pretty cool how it works. But if you put just basic treble hooks in it, which I do send both, it'll stay on top of the water then. So I'm just cleaning the white out of this because I don't want any white in the other color. All good. Of course, Jitterbug's a classic. There's a guy I used to follow on Facebook. He used to make jitterbugs about the size of these swim bait and fish for bass at night with them. And he would sell them for $200 a piece. And people were buying them. The things work. I guess once you can get a lure to catch double-digit bass, a lot of the guys that want that double-digit on their PB don't care about the price. They just want that double-digit PB. All right. I think I got all of the white out of there. All right, we're gonna go with the black nose minnow shiner. This might not be dark enough. I'm gonna mix just a little bit of dark green in that. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is not just black. I'm trying to keep it true to its taxidermy state, especially from these two pictures that I have here. So I did do darkness around this one so that the eye would stand out, but I didn't use just black. All right. I really want more of a brownish look than green. I might take that green out of here. Let's see something real quick. Oh. Okay, okay. What I'm doing now is mixing the colors inside the cap. And see how it's bubbling up? That means it is mixing. And I am hoping to get the color that I want out of those three. So the water airbrush comes with a piece that you can put your whole finger over and mix like that. These you gotta kind of use something to all right, to create that mix. I think I got a good mix that I like. There we have it. That's the color that I have been looking for to blend down. See how light that is on that side. So it fades down into the dots and it creates that darkness that you were talking about. We're adding the black. Okay, I think I got enough in the cap. I was worried that I didn't have enough blend. So I'm going over the top of the body. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go right alongside what I just sprayed. Let me heat set that so it doesn't rub off. No, I did not make this lure. Somebody posted 5 of them on a Facebook page that I'm on, and basically was selling them for like $1 a piece just to get rid of them. It has a funny name, Jordan Jiggers, something like that. But he makes lures, and I guess he just wanted to get rid of these because I don't know where he got them from, but it looks like a KO model to something. So what I did just now, so I'll show you guys, is on the one side, you see how it just looks like there's no fade from the top to the range of the side. I created a range by putting the scales from the top to the side. So now it doesn't have that super bright look how this side looks. And then also I'm not just going straight across, I'm kind of doing it like a wave pattern to kind of trick the eye into seeing the lateral line first versus seeing the actual top of the body. in comparison to the other side where it's like just bright. I really like that color. I made this color this morning on the live after I finished that other smallmouth, that other largemouth, and it actually came out really close to the picture. I'll show you guys the picture in a split second. It's trying to slide on me. Okay. Feel like I can come down a little bit more on this side, maybe. Hold on here. Nope, we're good. All right. The next step, with the same color, I'm gonna pull off this piece of tape. It looks black, but it's semi-transparent. And I'm just going to take this color and spray right onto the fin. I do. All right, so there is the fin on the top. And here's a better representation. This one I went dark just because the fish itself is dark. But that's the transparent look for this one because it's a lighter. The fin was lighter. Actually, the fin's darker, but I'll leave it like that. All right, last and final step. I really wanted to put like a lot of detail in that fin, but last night I tried to do that fin pattern and I have done a juvenile rainbow trout, and then the adult and the brown trout. The brown trout and the adult trout are on my website, mustbethebait.com. It is actually one of my favorite swim baits to throw, that rainbow trout. Okay, just fixing some spots that the tape had covered up. Alright, so for me, final step over the top, which I need to heat set this. Did I heat set this? I don't remember if I did or not. I'm gonna heat set it real quick. All right, man. So what I did on the other one, on the top, is I created some reverse green fins that kind of change color in the light. If the phone would pick it up. Come on. There we go. I guess you guys can kind of see that. What I'll do is take it, slowly zoom it in, and make it pick up that. It's really not trying to pick up that scale pattern on the top, but I am going to do that with this in high hopes that I pick out the right color. Silver pink, no. I think I might be able to get away with this green nose minnow. Well, I might not do it at all. Might leave it as is on the top just to play it safe. Just thinking, because this is technically my first time doing it in this color. I just want to make sure it's correct. And then once I've done it once, I'll do it a few times to some of the other ones. Alright, so what I was talking about with the fin, in the picture, it has like some really fine, nice, detailed lines. And there is a way to do that. And that fin there, you see all of those little lines and how transparent it looks? There is a way to do that, and it requires an edge, a flat edge, and I really don't want to mess it up, but I've been dying to try it on a lure. Every time I do it on paper, I can't get it exactly right. So what I'll do is I'm going to try it on paper first, and if I can't get it, I'm just going to stick to that style fin where it just fades to create the fin. Alright, so I'm going to grab a piece of paper. Oh, here's the answer to your trout question. These are the trout that I painted in the previous lives. Going pretty good, Chris. I think that's it, Chris. Chris Lockmiller. I've been heard or told that a couple of times. And some other guys, Kimbo Slice, and somebody comes in, and I'm shocked he hasn't come in here yet and called me James Harden. But yeah, I've heard it a few times. Alright, so I'm going to try this fin thing. I don't have a pen in here. Alright, I'll use this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw a fin. just so you guys can kind of see it. All right, so there's the fin, just shape. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's, hold on. There it is. That's the shape of the fin. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to create those lines by spraying right where you see that brown is. I'm going to spray just like that. I'm going to spray so that it comes just slightly over the actual stencils to see if I can create that effect. It is really tricky. I kind of got it, but I am not confident enough to put it on the lure itself. If you can see it, doesn't look bad, but I don't trust it to look like that on the lure. And if you see the line, yeah, I'm airbrushing right now, and I'm in the middle of trying to create this realistic fin, and it's like the final step. This is what we have here, and here's one complete, but the realistic fin that I want to aim for is got like a lot of lines in it. And this is what I'm following. So I think what I'll do, man, I really want to try that. Yeah, I painted these. That's what this whole live has been about. Just airbrushing different lures. what I'm going to do to save myself, and if it doesn't work, I can erase it. And how I can erase it is I'm going to put that RC clear coat over top of it first and heat set it so that I can wipe it off if it's not going on how I want it to. You can. They are swim baits. I have been airbrushing for over 14 years, lures, but other stuff, it's probably been around 20 now thinking about it, like the RC cars and stuff. Back then, we didn't have this kind of stuff to promote ourselves, so I kind of gave up on the RC car thing because I could only kind of sell them on eBay, and you would have to literally be searching for it. But I noticed now that those RC cars sell for a lot. All right, that was just some water. I just wanted to make sure it was good and cleaned out. Now I'm going to put clear coat over it. I do not sign my work. Just something I never thought about doing. Alright. I'm going to hit this bad boy. And the good thing about hitting it with the clear coat, you guys can see what it looks like with the actual shine, and see everything come to life. So I'll show you the one side first, then I'll show you the side that I just sprayed. And the reason why I'm spraying off screen, this stuff is heavy with mist. Alright, so that's the dull side. It's kind of shiny because I sprayed it before. And then here is the shiny side, where you can see the reflectiveness in the actual gill plate and all of the different colors from top to bottom. A lot more in comparison to this flat side. No, I'm just painting the blinks. I bought these off of somebody from Facebook. I don't really have the time that I want to make a lure from scratch. The real question is, did I just respray the same side? Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna heat set this. Got you. There is a Facebook page called Alternative Swim Baits. Check them out, and somebody on there who's selling blinks. What fish would hit this lure? Other bass, especially when they're being territorial. Um, Muskie, pike, bluegills. No, you catch a bluegill on this, he's just being silly. All of the predator type fish will bite this. Alright, I want to make sure that this is dry, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub my glove across it, and if it sticks, it's not dry. Okay, it is dry. Yeah. Alright, here we go, people. Gonna get ready to try this fine line, and if it don't work, I am going to rub it off. And the real question is, oh, okay, here we go. Come on. Now, if you want to see me get frustrated, stick around for this. Alright, so here's the fin without the lines that I'm getting ready to attempt. So it's tricky because I have to you mean this thing you're talking about? No, these are resin. I am airbrushing. Man, if you just want some blinks to mess around with, just go on eBay and type in swim bait blinks. That'll be an easy way. Or just type in blink lures. A bunch will pop up. Now, if you want some good ones, you gotta just get on probably Instagram and type in blinks, and then look for the guys who are making them from scratch. And you're gonna pay. They're not gonna be cheap. You're definitely gonna pay. And here's a fine example. This little guy here, made from scratch. Really cool lure. 40 bucks. It glides. It's a little tiny glide, but it costs $40. So you are going to pay if you want the real deal. Alright, so here we go. Should I start from the bottom and just work my way up? Or should I start from the top and work my way down? Alright, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. Man, this is... Alright. I technically would call it quits at that that fin right there without adding the extra features, but I want to try it. Come on, you. You know what? This is too big. I need something smaller. I might be able to pull it off with this. Okay. Alright, I got one line. Let me turn this down a little bit. Got one line, people. Two lines. Three. And I am... Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. This is just requires so much concentration. There has to be an easier way to do this. Has to be. Holy cow. Alright, let me show y'all. Oh. There it is. I do not like that center line because it is kind of dark, but in comparison to the two, let me sit this down. I do like the bottom one. hard to do those fins, but I'm kind of satisfied. I know what I need to do, but holy moly, is that a hard thing to do. Alright, we're gonna do it on the other side. And I might end the live, man, the way I'm feeling. Nah, I'm messing. That actually came out a lot better than I expected. There's a lot more lines on that fin, though. I'm not going to add all them lines. I'm not going to go crazy. All right. All right, we're going to do this side. Cleaning this one off because it's too far to the front. All right, we're gonna respray that. Alrighty, here we are. The other side. Alright, so here it is without the lines in it, which doesn't look bad. You kind of can stop there, but I added the thin lines on this side. I just been trying to advance my skills. This is one of those things I kind of run away from after 14 years. That line, those fin lines, I never do them. Maybe I should practice some more. No, I bought these off of Facebook. Someone posted them. Then I grabbed them off of there. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Alright, here we go. Attempt number 2. If I can get this side to look like the way that other one looked, I'm content. I'll be honest with you. So what I'm doing is taking the flat side of the stencil and just spraying right along the edge, like below the line, and letting the mist hit the lure, and then slightly moving it up to the next spot, hitting the same thing just a few times until I close it out. On the other side, I think I only did it 5 times because I felt like I was gonna overlap and make it look ugly. So yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only did 5 lines. I'm good with 5 for now. I am good with 5. All right. Here goes nothing. I'm pretty sure there's probably an easier way to do this. I seen a guy do this years ago, and he made it look so simple. This same exact way. And I am having the hardest time. Okay, that would be the first mistake. I need to lay this joint down. And because it's clear coated, I can get away with laying the lure down completely. Yes, I am in Pennsylvania. I appreciate it. There are some pretty decent lives out there. Like I said in the older video, there's a guy that plays a game and he's Vietnamese, and it's funny. I watch his thing because he has the accent. He dresses up like he's a Vietnamese vet, and he's screaming at people on battlefield, and they can't help themselves because he's like really good, but he's really crazy. But me, I'm just trying to give a little information on some of the stuff that I do, and decided I'll just do it live. Come on, stencil. Got too much stuff on this one side. Let me slide this over a little bit. All right, here we go. Getting ready to mess this lure up, man. I done came too far. 2 hours and some change on this one lure. I'm getting ready to mess it up. Okay, negative Nancy. Dang. There has to be an easier way to do this. Sorry I'm not talking. I am really focused right now. Alright, here goes nothing. Let's see how this looks. Nah, I'm messing with y'all. It actually came out pretty good. The daggone, there we go. Only did 5. And I appreciate all of the diamonds. I finally just put the phone or the lure up to the top of the phone so I can see all of this stuff. I appreciate y'all commenting, all the likes, all the interactions, good and bad, trolls alike. Any interaction is better than no interaction. But I am satisfied with how that came out. So the next time, all right, let me clear coat this thing, man. So the next time, like I was saying, I'll go from 5 to 7 or 8 and just bing, 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 bing. I did 5 just to play it safe. This is definitely not the freaking helping hands that I was using. That joint's bad. Oh no, that was the helping hands. That's the bad one. Okay. I'm gonna clear coat those fins because I definitely do not want those to scratch off. Took long enough, might I add. This was the one that I was working on earlier today, I believe. I want to say yes, because I want to say I finished the other one, the green version. Green at the top, green at the bottom, the brownish bronze look on top. And the picture that I followed right here. The one I just finished was this one. The one I finished earlier was that one. What I did is I took from the bottom and added some more detail to the top just because on the lure itself, it didn't look too well, so I added the appreciate the money. Yeah, you know, and the reason why people like the green one the most, everyone's kind of been trained for bass to be green per se, greenback. But I'm just from looking at a bunch of videos and a bunch of like different pictures, and I decided to go with these three. Um, I'm thinking the bigger they get, the less green they look. So these are some hammers here, and this little guy down here. That's what people are more common to see, is that dark green. Even when people tend to spray this pattern, they go with that green gold, and it does look good. I have nothing against it. You could be right. It could be just the genes, um, the genetics, or cold temperature, or I don't know if they're spooked or what when they're darker, or I guess where the location could be. If they're like hiding in grass, do they come out darker? If they're swimming in open water, will they be lighter? But I also did with this one is you can't really tell it on this phone. I went lighter on all of the darkness in the body to kind of mimic how that picture looks. And I can't believe that I got those colors to match that picture the way I did. It took some quick thinking to get those colors, but I got them. All right. I'm gonna slap the eyes in this bad boy. We're gonna call this one done. I think I'm gonna go back to the green just because you know how you said you like that one a lot. I know that that one will sell way faster than this one will. So I will go back to that bad boy, which it does look good. I did go darker in the actual lateral lines and even over the top with the dots and all of the detail. And that's with this one, I went a little softer and made it so that it looked like the picture. I am going to have to disagree with you on your lateral line comment about them always being dark. I have caught bass that had no lateral lines in them at all, but the longer they stay out of the water, the more the line became visible. And then also time of the year, I've noticed with the lateral lines, colder seasons, you really don't see them that much. But it's tricky with bass. They come in all different types of color schemes per se when it comes to that. All right, so let me find these eyes and slap those in, and I might start the next three and keep them green. And with that being said, I guess I'll continue the live for a little bit. What time is it? Okay. Yeah. Realistically, man, I don't eat too many different types of fish. Trout and crappie have been some of the ones that I've been messing with lately. Well, actually, it's been like a year now that I think about it, because I'm gonna go trout fishing sometime, hopefully this week, and catch a couple and cook them bad boys up. But yeah, man, trout and crappie. And if I'm at my aunt's house, whenever I go down, a bluegill. She makes a really nice bluegill. All right, put a little glue in. You know, that's a tricky question. I think the size thing works in silhouette, as you're explaining, goes more for at nighttime. Colors, I watched a 30-minute YouTube video, and it was explaining the two primary colors bass see first are green and red, and then everything else in between. Largemouth, I think they're trying to say smallmouth see chartreuse and, oddly, like a peanut butter color. They see those colors more than anything else. I don't know how the scientists figured that out, but that's what they said. Between the two eyes, I kind of like the gold better. I do. These aren't on the site yet, obviously, because I just finished them, but it must be debate.com is the site. They will be up on there after Christmas. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pluck them white eyes out of there right now and go with the gold before that glue settles. Too late. Man, that glue was fast. What? I usually have to heat set that glue. Oh, there we go. All right. It's kind of cold in here too, so that might have helped me from help from keeping it from becoming solid. All right, so I'm gonna grab two gold eyes, put them in there. No, these are ready to catch fish. Well, not completely ready. I need to clear coat them, waterproof them, and then put the hooks, and then they are ready to go. But yep, paint wise, they are ready. Should I go with some red eyes? Nah. Yes. Bring away from the realism. Other largemouth, pike, pickerel, muskie, stripers. all the predatory fish. Might mess around and catch a bluegill. I've caught bluegill on things that I didn't think that they could actually bite. I'm like, how did you manage to get the hook on a 3/4 ounce spinnerbait? Still surprises me. Yep, I think those gold eyes do look better. Alright, 2 down. That comment made 0 sense, and the fact that I took time out to read the whole thing. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Me, I fish mainly rivers and creeks for the most part. Alright, so got those done. Guess I can start on the others, but it won't be for long. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. I'm not gonna I don't think I'm gonna start these tonight, guys. I am going to get ready to go home because I do have a tree that I need to put up and decorate. I have not touched anything Christmas related, so I guess I'll do that tonight. I do appreciate you all for hanging out, commenting, interacting, leaving likes, shares if it's possible. I don't know if you can share it live or not. I haven't tried it. I think you can share it after I'm done. The diamonds, the money, the goofiness. Till next time, peace out.